actually are ready this time. So we're heading into things. But I think, yeah, you can have those individuals have that big impact. So for Team Spirit, if ZywOo's quiet again, there's opportunity. But I doubt you see ZywOo being quiet again here. I think you have to go in with the mentality of this Team Vitality side just stepping it up in the second map. They're not going to be happy with losing on Dust 2, especially in the way they did. They want to prove their point despite having that spot locked in for the group stage or for the playoffs already. Dexter, though, he's got a point to prove. 2 opening kills from him.
And better than that, Danny gets away with his life. That's the most important part of all that. He manages to just slither away, keeping himself going, and brings it into the 5 versus 3. Of course, retake now on. Vitality have been granted ingress in towards the A site, and they've used that to get the bomb down. Hyojin also close and personal. Little does he know that round the corner is Sundai Young and Chopper, both waiting for the arrival of their teammates over towards the murder hole, or even maybe rotating round for a full hit through CT. Already now starting to engage with one another, starting to see some blood in the water. They're fighting, they're going tooth and nail, and Magic's trading away with Hyojin for the first 2 frags, but Hyojin's back in with one more. It's going to be nice and perfect for them. Maybe there's a chance for Vitality to do something, hacking and slashing through the smoke. He can't find him! He can't find him! The bomb detonates anyway, just in time, thankfully for Vitality. But that was just seconds away from being a disaster.
that was, I have no idea what was happening. Absolute carnage, but somehow he does it. I think they got on the bomb a little bit late. I know he had a kit, but just not getting on the bomb in time, and Vitality sneaking around despite that 2-man deficit early on. So they'll be happy with that one. They've got a bit of an early reprieve in some regards as they now face off against a few pistols. Mir does have an SMG in that MP9, but Dexter with the Scout, it's a better set of weaponry for the Vitality side. At least you're not on that CT side where the bomb plant in the first round for the T's is provides them with so much weaponry. It's basically an even situation in the second. Maybe these pistols can do something. I like that Chopper's gone for the 5.7. One of the best pistols, in my opinion. Just up there with the Deagle. Certainly a lot better than the CZ75. Unfortunately, doesn't really find much. Does put Kyojin low. But all in all, a pretty clean take towards this A site from Vitality, George.
Yeah, clean, effective. Working out a lot better than their previous one did with all the chaos inside of the pistol round. I think it's good here that Team Spirit are going to be able to kind of make it away with a couple of weapons here, and more importantly, the armor more than anything. That MP9 can be extremely influential, and we've seen crazier things done with Deagles than just 2 of them with armor winning around. So I don't think it's too far of a reach, and I think that Team Spirit so far have demonstrated to me in this best of 3 alone that they are quite a financially savvy team, understanding when's the right time to save and when's the right time to attempt to retake when a round is lost is a very difficult thing to master. And it seems that Team Spirit have kind of got a bit of an inclination, a bit of a intuition for that kind of thing.
Couple weapons saved for Team Spirit, though. I mean, at least it keeps the pressure on a bit more, considering that the round was basically lost after those initial 2 frags from Vitality. You keep a couple of Deagles, you keep that MP9 going into the next round, and maybe you can cause a bit of carnage with it. Anything just to try and impact this Vitality economy that can really boom early on in this game if you aren't careful about it. So a kill or 2 here, just to try and mitigate any sort of advantages. But easier said than done. For sure. There's now actually aggressing from the Team Spirit side, and actually this perfectly timed in some ways because Shox was holding that angle. Now Mir pulls back or pushes forward. The only issue is Team Spirit might not expect that it's still going to be this A hit with Mir clearing all of T-Sport and Ramp. There's 2 players going to be bursting, or 3 players rather, bursting out the Palace. And I think that's taken this Team Spirit side a little bit off guard as they were starting to shift into a more B-sided approach this round.
Oh,
Sundai Young, that's a nice shot.
Very nice
Sued
shot.
for a bit of aggression, but at least you still got Mir on this flank as well. They aren't expecting his Vitality. Shox is dead. That could be an upgrade for Mir into it, but he wanted more on the MP9. And unfortunately, it doesn't pay dividends as it's all cleaned up. Vitality do secure the 3-0 start. At least for them, they get those couple kills, the Team Spirit side. That's at least something to sort of look at.
Yeah, it's something to be happy about, I think.
Yeah.
You know, you get kills on the MP9 as well. That's going to allow you to get a big buy going on here. I do got to say, though, that Kyojin is activated. He is awake this game already. 7 frags. I know a lot of them might as well be considered eco frags or whatever. But still, game-winning plays. 2K in the pistol that really brought things back and down. So, interesting. Interesting. I'm a big fan. I hope that Kyojin can continue to show us what he's made of as kind of the unproven entity on this Vitality roster. Still has a lot of critics to answer to. But what better time to show them up? Young might have an opportunity here to clap a few, though, Dan. Unfortunately, not quite going to happen the way he intended. Dexter is now going to be locked out the site. He's got the rest of his team soon to come and help him, but he's just going to go and do something a little bit brash before he can even think about waiting for his team. Mir is now backed out, locked in. What a rough start to Mirage. A round such as this, where you only find Zyru caught unawares. Mir, I don't think he's going to be able to survive this. 2 players are hunting him. He doesn't even get the first. Kyojin drive-by, manages to find the headshot. What a great start for Vitality. It's day and night from Dust 2.
Oh, yeah. 100%. This is Vitality who are more comfortable in this map. They I've got the preparation down for it, and they're locking off Team Spirit. That's a great crunch into us at A site, and Shox. Those couple kills as well. The round was pretty much done. It looked like Team Spirit were already looking into the save with the 4-on-3, but it just prevents so much weaponry being carried forward. And now, they have themselves an easy 5th, or they should do at least. Do you believe in the caster's curse, George?
Not really. I'll say that now. Are you ready? To be fair, every time I do say something about a team doing well, or maybe like there's a play that's going to be good, or they're likely not to win this round because of their weaponry, it always does seem to end up going the other way. But
well, it's clean this time for Vitality.
Yeah, no worries here. They've steadied the ship. The bow is pointing in the right direction.
No listing.
No, not going to capsize. We're all just gliding along rather nicely. And I like that. And It looks like for Vitality, a 5th is on the cards. Magix is going to get away with an M4. I suppose that's something. But it's not really everything here. I think it's really that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be nice to obviously not have to buy that M4 in the next round, but if you lose it, you're not going to be smashing tables or anything.
No.
It's a bit of a, oh well, guess I'll buy one then.
It is what it is.
It really is.
Do be like that.
I'm going to detonate. 5th ticks over, and Vitality. Look at the economy for them. That is stacked right now. Apex is at 13,000, does have to invest and rebuy his weapons here, but look at everybody above $8,000. They've got a fair few buys in them yet. So that's a lot of cash that Team Spirit have to break down. Now is the chance to do so. We'll see whether that's going to come to fruition or whether Team Spirit are just going to keep sort of rolling over in this first half, because now is where it really matters. This is where you have to make a stand in this first half. And Mir flash banged off, doesn't see the player cross. Could have been a nice kill, but luckily he doesn't get spotted either. And he's going to jump up onto the railing in mid. Does actually get a first and backs away with a fair amount of damage done to him in reply.
Not going to be quite as bad as what Shox has had inflicted as well, especially now that Shox has been taken down. Could see that one come in from quite some time. Sumdai Young was well positioned for the incoming Shox. Now, Vitality tested really for the first time in this game. Team Spirit have offered up a bit more of a rigorous defense here with a few individual players just leaping up and out. Now there's going to be another opportunity for that as the incendiary lands on top of the bomb planter. It was just a second or two too late. Didn't prevent any plant from going down, so it will be the retake here. 3-on-5. Team Spirit looking to crack open this game with their first round. Bogdan's Law suggests that you switch over that AWP, Your Honor, as now it's going to be nicely sorted for Kyojin. They're going to try and bait him in. Apex here from underneath wood. Kyojin grabbing one. Zaiwu grabbing another. Kyojin even grabbing a second. Apex finishing the job with another. And all of a sudden, a round that looked like it should have been a surefire victory for Team Spirit has spun wildly out of control for them. Vitality have just snatched that one away. Kyojin, most importantly, from that ninja position, playing in that corner, waiting with Apex as well. And surprisingly, I don't know how Apex didn't get overwhelmed and killed. He was just staying there, quite comfortable, toasty and warm for some time.
Another retake where the Team Spirit side have a nice position. They have the man advantage. They actually had a 2-man advantage. And I don't know, it just felt like there was no coordination. There was no sort of pressure being applied to Team Vitality during that retake. They were able to play wherever the hell they wanted to in that site for the most part. And it felt like it was well read as well. Like, I think all of the Vitality players were looking at CT. They had no pressure from any other angle, really, until that player from Jungle stepped up a little bit later on. But by then, the round was pretty much, it was like a 2-on-3 at that point, and even he didn't really find anything at all. So, yeah, Team Spirit, if you're going to play the retake game, you need to know how to retake.
A pretty good prerequisite.
Yeah.
Retaking is important. Very key part of Counter-Strike. And unfortunately, yeah, like you mentioned, Team Spirit not quite able to register it that time. This time already, we're down into a 4-on-4 down. Apex traded for Sundai Young. Battle of the Orpas to try and keep this one motivated and pressing on. Dexter's just perusing. Having a quick flick through the catalogue, but out swings Masuta at just the wrong moment for him. He only just diverted his attention away from Palace and now has to retrain his sights between not 1, not 2, but 3 different entry points on this A site. He needs to keep himself hunkered in now to make sure he is vulnerable from as little position as possible. Finally got the support of Mir, but I think with that rotation being called in from Team Spirit, Vitality are more than ready to go to a different site, and Shox is in a great position to just quell this one before it even starts.
Ooh, Magix. This could be a great position. Only manages the one, though, and that's disappointing, George.
Just a little bit.
I've been left teased.
Yeah? You feel a bit cheated?
Yeah. I was ready to set Magix up, and he lets me down.
I'm sorry about that, Dan.
I don't know why you're apologizing, George.
I really wanted him to do better.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, he isn't, and it's going to be another round for the Vitality side. They're able just to stroll in towards that B site off the back of that kill. Dexter and Mir. And then just hold on to what they have. The AWP and the M4. Hope for a better tomorrow, maybe.
Will tomorrow be better for them? Well, on current form, the answer is no. Vitality have looked really strong. Even in the rounds that I would have expected Team Spirit to be taking away, just harkening your mind back to a couple of rounds ago in that 3 versus 5 retake, was a bit peculiar. I'll say that much. Spirit just don't look comfortable as of yet. All the plays that they're making, they're doing, you know, pretty standard Mirage things, playing that triad of people over towards middle. You got Dexter in window. Generally, you have Sundai Young in the connector, and you'll have Mia over towards that B short position. But for the time being, they haven't really been able to exploit middle all that much because, quite frankly, Vitality haven't really been that bothered by it. They're just prodding and poking at different areas of the map and dragging rotations around from Team Spirit. It's not quite comfortable.
uncomfortable, a good word to use, I think, George. As, I mean, at least for this round, Team Spirit have that man advantage. They have a bit to play with, but we've seen so many times already where it's just completely fallen apart for them in these sort of later round situations. A minute's on the clock. Dexter posted up from the connector, looking towards the Palace. Would have himself a good kill here onto Kyojin. We'll see if he can make it work. It'll be a nice avenue of this attack to shut down. Misses the shot. That was a much needed one, but look at Mir on the flank. I don't know if he's been heard, but Shox is ready, and Shox has that kill, even 4-on-4 now, and this T-fence towards the A site needs to get something done, but already Masuta is starting to tear it apart. They're pushing forward. Dexter is trying to go aggressive. That's a nice shot to find. Has assistance from SDY. And it's actually SDY who's going to get a lot of it done. Masuta, the last one alive, 20 seconds, recovers the bomb, but time is not on his side. He needs to go deep, and he needs to get these frags. Magic's towards stairs. Doesn't want to give it up, but I think he may have been heard. Masuta wants the fight. He gets the fight, but Magic's able to hit that shot a little bit quicker. So finally, George, a round on the board for this Team Spirit side. Dexter gets a couple in that round. So does Subdai Young. But it almost fell apart yet again.
Yeah, that was just a hair's breadth away from that one being a Vitality round. It was Kyojin, really, who slid out from the top of Palace and managed to find himself a flurry of frags. And that quick foray nearly spelled disaster for Team Spirit there. I think, thankfully, for them, they got it all sorted out. That is very aggressive from Dexter, finding himself a tag early on. And thankfully, they weren't going for that boost. I fear that he may have been rather easily dispatched with. But because the boost was coming in, was at least a semi-appropriate situation for Dexter to be able to find something out of that. But already over on the B side, oh, they're just caught so out of time, out of luck. Nades in their hands, flashbangs in their eyes, shocked with a Mac-10, putting bullets between Magic's eyes. Kyojin slides in onto SDY for one more, and Apex slithering around the back just to try and find a little bit more for his dessert on Chopper. Unfortunately, Chopper is hungrier today. Will take the AK away, go and stash that away, rendezvousing with Dexter as soon as he possibly can. It's still around for Vitality. It's still a loss for Team Spirit. Just not quite going to plan.
Do you reckon Chopper will stash it away in his mighty beard?
Maybe that would be cool. If you,
yeah,
I don't know, maybe that was like a thing that you could do. Maybe just stash an AK in your beard and pull it out at the weirdest of times.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably fit a lot in that beard. Do you reckon he wears a utility vest or not? Or do you reckon he just like holds a grenade in his beard? And
I feel like this is a troubling line of thought.
Maybe.
I don't know what else he's hiding in that beard. He's got some secrets that Team Vitality aren't going to enjoy.
He's going to need to bring him out soon.
Yeah, they're starting to look a little bit dire. Maybe they're all concentrated on the T side. Because so far, this CT half has looked a bit flat. Not particularly impressed so far. Dan, I don't know about you.
No, it's been Vitality all the way. And another chance for Team Spirit, though. It's going to need more than hopes and spirits, though, to guide them through this one. It's going to need some kills. Magic's... I'm pretty sure that would have been heard. Shox, it looks like he's ready. Actually, no. He checks below rather than upper first, and at least his teammate refrags him. And that is Zywoo. Just doing Zywoo things a little bit there, just around the edge of the smoke. Catches Mir, the B-site defense crumbles. And once again, Team Spirit, they're locked out. They do have a player on the early flank. Chopper could find something if he pushes a bit more. Nobody's actually watching this angle for now, but it doesn't seem like Team Spirit want anything in this round again. They're just going to have to back away and save what they've got. Maybe catch a kill or two on some escaping terrorists. But for now, it's going to be 9 on the board. And this is a stark contrast to the first map. Even in the first half, where it looked like Team Spirit were the dominant force, it wasn't to this level.
No, it really wasn't. Not even close, as a matter of fact. This is a different gear from Vitality here. I mean, I think there's part of this that is definitely to blame for Team very different organization. Team Spirit, sorry, not playing all that well and kind of not having their fundamentals down here on the A site, especially. There's so many issues that seem to be opened up. Vitality aren't really like playing mid all that much either. I don't know if you've noticed, they're giving like early default pressure towards middle, which is all well and good. But ultimately, when the hit comes in, I think they've realized in previous rounds, it got a little bit dicey when some Young was playing through connector. And it got a little bit unfair for them to try and do. This time they're going to give that two-man pressure towards middle once more. Again, unable to find anything on the first call of asking. But the second time, ZywOo will happily rear his head and pick Dexter's off. So immediately an advantage for Vitality. And I'm sure with this advantage now, they'll use it to exploit middle. Something they haven't really been too easily finding just yet. So with Masuta positioned up nicely, got another player coming in through underpass. I like this stance already from Vitality. This is a different approach to what we've seen so far. It's not been sight-oriented. This is control-oriented. It's showing us that they can do more than just one thing.
That's a nice rebuttal from the Team Spirit side. A couple players towards short, and they make it work. They're able to catch a couple kills, and now, despite Vitality being in towards his B site, they've got to hold the line, and they've done so many times already this half, even in these deficit situations. They're a man down, and they need to hold the line. Shox, if he peeks around the corner, probably going to get caught by Magix, and he will. Meanwhile, Apex was found as well, trying to go a little bit aggressive, so Vitality wanting to put pressure on Team Spirit early in this retake, now left all over to Kyojin, who could maybe find a couple kills, just manages the one. I think don't quite line up for him.
Just about in the lineup for him. And thankfully, a much needed round now for Team Spirit. There is obviously an opportunity here for Spirit to bring this one back to a respectable 9-6. 9-6 would be pretty good, Dan. I'd be quite happy with 9-6 if I was Spirit from this position. You were 9-2 down, you can pull this all the way back. The problem is you've got a really difficult challenge ahead of you in breaking down this T-side economy. It's built up. You can see ZywOo especially highest on his entire team. In fact, highest in the entire server at the moment with $9,000 in residual cash. And if they can just save a couple with that AWP, if things do start to go slightly pear-shaped, then they'll be very happy. They can do a lot with it. Make it work. So ZywOo, man to look out for me with that extra money if things do start to go wrong. But in the meanwhile, I mean, everybody else is going to be able to buy for a considerable number of rounds still to come. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves on the Team Spirit comeback train. They've still got plenty of work to do. Who's going to be the man to step up to the plate? Who's going to do the heavy lifting, Dan? Who's got to stand out for you?
Who's got to stand out? Everyone. Easy.
Everyone.
Have everyone in there getting frags.
Would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, Dexter. With this AWP. You want to see him chiming in. Right now, had a slow game. Vitality still in the 5-on-5. 30 seconds or just over on this clock, and they're going to try and crunch in towards the safe side. They've got 4 players towards mid, ready to pounce through connector at the moment's notice. 1 player towards ramp, but Dexter nails the first. Good kill to find as it eliminates a little bit of that attack. Unfortunately, he tries to go for more, and ZywOo is just posted up, watching that angle. Luckily for the Team Spirit side, they've still got Chopper in the site. Bomb drop, that could have prevented the bomb plant. It still might, because Masuta, losing all of his teammates, is a 1 versus 3. And there you go, Team Spirit deny him any sort of post-plant position. Vitality have to make do with 9 for now. Team Spirit will post themselves up on a 3rd. So you say 9-6 would be a reasonable, well, obviously it's as much as Team Spirit can hope for, but if you get to 6 on that Team Spirit side, yeah, you're in a decent position, especially with Team Vitality winning out the pistol. I think 9-6 would be reasonable. I think even maybe 5 rounds on the board would probably be enough, maybe to give you hope into that second half, but there's still a few to play for, and they're not there yet.
No, not quite there yet. This round is going to be an important one, though, for the CT's side. I mean, Been mentioning how they need to keep chipping away at this economy, and a couple more rounds just like that last one is going to do them wonders. They just need to make sure that they can keep up as many of their players as they can, because it's very easy on the CT side to find yourself in some seriously hot and deep water. Thankfully, Chopra and Sundai Young have got this one locked on down until Zaiwu joins the party. He's enabled himself to get into the site now and also has cracked it open for his team. It's surely going to have to be retake City here for Team Spirit, as now the plant will come in from Kyojin. Gonna punch in those digits as Apex stands Overwatch, finds one, holds the spray for a perfect 3. Apex just using that experience, that expertise to expertly control that spray down for a 3K in CT. It's lay waste to Team Spirit. Mir now on a flank, but it's too little too late, and I feel that it might be James time for him. Time to break out your saving shoes, because he's all kinds of out of this.
Not a fun time for the Spirit side. Double digits for the French, and they'll be happy with this one. I feel like we could maybe soon start talking about the final map, maybe.
Maybe. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves on that just yet, right? We've seen crazier things.
Yeah.
But I will agree with you. We are starting to get to a point here where it's looking a little bit dire for Team Spirit. Now, we were at a situation not too dissimilar to this in the first map, where Vitality were 10-5 down at the half, and they continue to lose a couple of rounds off the back of the pistol round, and then we got to ourselves about, I think it was 14 to 7 or something like that. And then Vitality started putting something back together, but it was just too little too late. So the objective here for Team Spirit is to get themselves going just that little bit earlier. They need to pull their finger out, to use a little bit of an English expression. I don't know who it's going to be to step up, Dan. I'm looking at Dexter. We highlighted him before the series even started to be the man with the AWP, but so far only 6 Mega frags. Hasn't really had too many opportunities to have the AWP in his hands due to the nature of the economy so far. And now even better for Kyojin, once again sliding his way into CT. He's been an absolute menace over at this area of the map the entire game long, securing not only his 15th frag, but looking hungry for 16th and 17th. It seems that it is once again James time. Team Spirit are off.
Well, there's only one more round to play for the Team Spirit side. And if they can't keep hold of these weapons with Dexter going down, they need to recover that all really badly, because they have no cash to play with. But yeah, only one more round to play for. You can't keep saving. This next round, you're going to have to go for it, whatever happens. And Shox might just take one more of them away. Magic's a possibility here, as he wants to go aggressive and find him. And he won't get the kill, but he's lost his teammate. It is just Magic's to survive with 11 HP. Can't recover the AWP. 11-3. Probably 12-3, I think, in all in all, when you look at what Team Spirit are going to be bringing to the table here. Not really the cash you desire.
No, not at all, actually. They're going to go for something a little bit brash, a little bit bold, a little bit adventurous, a little bit out there. They're just going to go with everything they can. Get Dexter onto the AWP. They consider that to be a win condition for them. They consider that to be a prerequisite in the majority of these rounds. Like, they realistically can't afford an AWP here. He's going to be going into this with pretty much all of it riding on his back. It's all on his shoulders, right? Dexter has to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. And safe to say that he's not really being set up to do so. Mid-window has already been expelled of Team Spirit players. A nice HE grenade to take Kyojin and Masuta down. Quite a considerable chunk. And not only does that leave them susceptible to the M4s, but moreover, it leaves them exceptionally susceptible to these MP9s. And right on cue, Sundai Young looked like for a moment he was looking a bit inquisitive towards window. Maybe just going to hold in the murder hole instead. Slow pace of play here for Vitality. They're taking it easy, because it's a bit odd to always try and figure out what you're up against in the final round of a half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you're going to be fully against a full investment, but how much is that investment worth? And now Dexter, that AWP is in action. Maybe it can find that opening like it has done previously. How does he get that one through the smoke? The suitor just removed from this round. He's looking for more as well. How does he get that one? Zywoo just completely blinded up, can't do anything. And now SDY steps into the fold for one, but it's still Team Spirit not making an easy round. They're making a meal out of it, but finally, with only Shocks remaining, George, I think Team Spirit are going to lock themselves in on a fourth. They do get themselves one more round before the final whistle, but it was Dexter who provided most of the fortune there. We'll be back after a short break with that second half. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, everybody, to Team Vitality against Team Spirit. Currently 1-0 in the best of three in favor of the CIS side, but in Mirage, it's a very different story. My name's Buffers. I'm joined by Dan Chan to take you through the action here for the second half of Mirage, where Vitality are having a bit of a field day. It could all be over here, Dan, in the blink of an eye, if this one shot, one pistol goes the way of Vitality and they can blow the half open from that point forward. It's already started off very, very nicely as Kyojin and Apex both finding 2 frags.
Yeah, I mean, Vitality starting this one off strong. Shocked even able to get one as he tries to fade away. Mir trying to chase him, has him on his heels. And Shock still finding the kill. Just Magix and Sumdai Young left alone to try and get anything, and that's a painful segment to watch as he tried to find the shot onto Shocks, but he can't get it done. And Vitality is super clean 12. maybe they just run away with it from here. Maybe Vitality just have this Mirage in the books already, and we move on to Nuke. That's what it feels like, George.
It may well be that case. It's interesting to see here what Team Spirit are going to opt for as well. It seems like they are just going for the eco. So happy to give a big concession up in terms of the rounds subsequently after the pistol. I don't mind it. I don't hate it all that much. In fact, I actually quite like it. You get in that third round buy-in, trying to catch them with their pants down, with the AKs out when they're not quite ready for you. And already a bomb plant in this is actually going to be mega for Team Spirit. And whilst they do have everybody fall pretty quickly, Chopper only able to find one with all the Glock action. Still getting the bomb plant, extra $800. Best case scenario out of that round, really.
Those are some nice shots from Kyojin there with the FAMAS, gotta say. I mean, obviously just against the pistols unarmored, but nice, a bit of spray transferino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you off.
Love a bit of it. Love a bit of it. But now you have this Team Vitality side with this sort of bonus round. They have that single MP9, 4 FAMASes, Team Spirit coming in with all the heavy guns. That bomb plant obviously facilitating an extra $800 per player. See if they can pick up this round. If you don't pick up this round, Team Spirit, you can kiss your chances goodbye in this second map. And Dexter is already tagged down to just 30 HP through the smoke. Couldn't even see anybody. What a way to go. I mean, at least he's still alive. But, yeah, never like being spammed down through smoke.
It's not really even going that well for Dexter at the moment, is it? Can't catch a break in any of these rounds. Stuck for a rut when it comes to trying to find the first shots. Seems to not be quite finding the mark the majority of these openings. And unfortunately, I hate to say it, the same is also providing to be true. He's just getting bullied in every position he tries to go to. We mentioned him getting tagged down in this round, but in previous rounds, in the first half, it was him getting absolutely poleaxed through middle by Zywoo. Apex even had his number a couple of times. As soon as Sundai Young ended up falling down towards Connector, he was just left completely overexposed. So not really setting your star man up for success here. Now, Team Spirit are going to get ready to try and renegotiate this A site. And unfortunately, I think they're going to be in for a very rude awakening shortly, because Kyojin, who is absolutely red hot at the moment, has shocks in tandem, and their time to slide out is now. Whilst Kyojin does fall, it's shocks to find 2, and the FAMAS is upgraded very quickly into an AWP. Zywoo does exactly the same thing towards Connector, leaving Chopper cold and alone inside of the site for Zywoo to very easily shut down. 14-4 Vitality, running away with it now, as it will surely be another eco here for Team Spirit. They're playing for overtime or bust.
Yeah, it's over now, and it looks like they're actually going to go full investment on that Team Spirit side, fancying their chances of maybe getting a few rounds here, at least to close up the gap, so it wouldn't have to be 11 in a row to try and force OT. I think that's a bit too far to try and hope for. Yeah, it's just going to be aggression. You're not able to get SDY down in towards Dark. It doesn't matter at all, because Kyojin is just mopping them up. Finally, Dexter will put him to rest, but it's just nothing you can do. Zywoo's there still, and it's only Chopper remaining. The magnificent beard in him, alongside a Tech 9. What can you do? A kill? Apex is low, I guess. You're not going to be in really one-shot range with this Tech 9 onto anybody, apart from Apex. With the Galil, though, he can pick up. That changes the game a little bit. Maybe a kill or 2 on the cards, but as soon as he peeks, he's going to get shot at. Nice kill onto Apex. There's the low HP gone. But they now know exactly where he is, and with that, his clock will start ticking down. There's that film, isn't there, with the where you buy things with your
time
left to live?
It's called like In Time or something like that.
Something like that. That's the world Chopper's living in right now. He's wondering how he can negotiate for some seconds. Unfortunately,
it's a good little movie.
Board.
Justin Timberlake, Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, Barry Norman. Welcome to Film 4. But one thing that,
isn't it?
Yeah, this is not really a very picture perfect movie. There's no Disney Channel comeback really going to happen here for Team Spirit. They're down by 11 rounds. They'd have to win it at the buzzer would have to be a Disney Channel victory, really.
Yeah.
A heroic comeback. Yeah, happy ending. Friday Night Lights kind of deal. That's what they're looking for here. But I fear it might be one of those sports movies with a bitter ending here. They get nearly all the way, but like Moneyball, don't quite make it. Unfortunately.
How is Mir alive?
Oh, I don't even know. This is already starting to stack up to be a little bit more of a different round to what we've seen so far this half. There's actually been space afforded to Team Spirit here, and that's interesting. This is about as far as they've got without losing 3 of their men, but that HE grenade is going to snuff things out a little bit. Plenty of resistance, plenty of hails of bullets coming in. It's Apex, it's Masuta, it's all but done. Mir is all that remains, down 1 versus 4.
Yeah, no, even like cheeky frags he can pick up for free here, unless he's able to get a bit of timing on maybe to Zywoo. Actually, he catches shocks to all short. That's 1. Second not going to go his way, and Zywoo closes it down. An absolute